If I could say, keep yourself to yourself, that's it.
Did you see that thing I sent you, the 2012 Olympic opening ceremony?
Flipping heck.
You see what I mean about predictive programming? That is no coincidence. You cannot tell me that is just a coincidence. Look at all the symbols in there. There's even a corona symbol. A corona symbol. You've got a puppet of Boris Johnson in a hospital bed, coughing. You've got the Grim Reaper around nurses and beds in hospitals. You're telling me this is a coincidence?
You know what? Guess what? Illuminati. They're powerful. They're powerful, very powerful.
It's foretelling you what's going to happen in the script. And I'll put up an image of that in the video.
That there.
It's not no coincidence. Just look at it. Boris sick in bed. That happened. The coronavirus symbol. The Grim Reaper. Deaths. Nurses working their asses off in the hospitals. Beds. Coincidence. Coincidence, my predictive programming. It's in the script. So this was a 10-year plan because they threw it in there in 2012, 8 years ago. It was 10 years in the making. They throw it in there so, you know, your mind thinks, oh,
it's normal.
Oh, yeah. But you'll get these lost people now that will say, oh, it's just a coincidence, you know. It's a special piece of performance and art.
That's probably that looks like art.
It's just a special performance art. That's all it is. It's just a coincidence.
Art, you know.
Yeah, coincidence. Yeah, right. And my name is Stephen Garfunkel. Know what I mean?
Tell you one thing.
Yeah, man, they've got a script, and every year that script plays out. So they knew now, during Boris Johnson's reign as the Prime Minister, the coronavirus was going to hit.
Yep.
He was going to end up in hospital with it during his reign. It's foretelling his reign as the Prime Minister.
Yep.
And they basically act it out as a play. Your mind's not really paying attention to. You watch now the next Olympics, if it does take place, they'll have some kind of, well, it won't be with performers because obviously people can't gather, but they'll have some kind of thing, some kind of performance thing on the screen, and they'll throw in things in there that's going to happen in the next 10 years. You watch. Same thing. There'll be things in there, so look out for them things. When is it the Tokyo Games in 2021? I think they're trying to have it next year. Yeah, there'll be things in there as well. They'll tell you what's happening in the next 10 years. And I guarantee the symbolism in that will be AI, robots. They'll have the symbol of a non-gender human in there as well. A human that doesn't identify as a female or a male, because that's where we're heading. Oh yeah, another thing that you might not have picked up on, the rainbow. You know that this campaign with Corona and the NHS, the rainbow. What do you think that's all about? What's the agenda behind that? What's that rainbow similar to? What flag is it similar to? The flag of the agenda that's being pushed, what's it similar to? The rainbow.
Okay.
Spot on. The LGBT community. That's what that rainbow is. You think they're using that rainbow for no reason? Oh, it's to inspire happiness in a dark time. It's the LGBT symbol to program the agenda that they're pushing now and eventually gonna keep pushing in your face.
I was reading this one thing, and there's going to be more gay people around, definitely.
Yeah.
Loads. Trust me, there'll be more gay people than straight guys. Everyone, I'm telling you now, it's going to be
it's going to get to a point where you see on your TV, on prime time, gay dramas, gay programming, all on your prime time. It's going to be all over your television.
So men will stick with men. That means men will mingle with women. That means I'll make no more kids.
Less kids on the planet. Yeah.
Yeah, less population.
The whole agenda is to confuse gender to fuse gender. That's what it is. They want to confuse what it is to be a man and a woman, so that eventually now the two will combine into just one.
Yep.
And nobody will identify with being a man or a woman. It's going to be a whole new kind of madness. A man is not going to have the natural biology to want to procreate with a woman, and the woman's not going to have the natural fertility inside her to want to give birth. That's what's going to happen. The transgender symbol is already a precursor to the merging of every gender. Have you got your phone on you?
Yeah.
Let me show you the transgender symbol. Right. Just type in the in Google the transgender symbol. Right. So what do you see there? So you've got the male, the female. What's the third symbol doing? It's merging them both together. You see, sooner or later that's going to be the only symbol. That one there. It's the merging of male and female into one. They'll be getting rid of the others. I'll leave that one. That'll be the only symbol you'll have. Madness in it. I only just discovered that about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, look. He says
non-binary gender. You see? Non-binary gender. Doesn't conform to being a male or a female.
A lot of people don't see that. They think it's a cross. What's a cross doing there? They don't realise that is the future there.
You're gonna have I'm telling you, you're gonna have weird human beings walking around. It's gonna be weird.
Isn't it weird?
It's gonna be something out of them sci-fi films that you never thought you'd see. I'm telling you, it is. You are gonna have crazy, weird human beings walking around this planet. I'm telling you. And you see, this is why they're making men weak. And they're turning women into men as well. It's why men are becoming weak. There's less testosterone flowing about, less sperm counts, and the women are taking on men traits and being manly and all this and that.
More gay guys. You know what? Tell you one thing, bro. That ain't happened to us. No
That ain't happened to
way.
me. You mad?
No, alpha
Are you
male.
mad?
No, ain't no way.
Are you mad?
If people out there don't want to realise, if people don't want to listen to what we're going to say, then you carry on, but it's not happened to us too. No way.
No chance.
No way.
No chance, mate.
I am no pole shoved up my anyway.
I feel sorry for that kid there. What's he going to grow up?
I know, yeah.
What he's going to grow up in? Mad being a kid now. You know, can you imagine being a kid now? Oh my days. They can never have the childhood that we had in the 90s, man. They can never have it. That's the mad thing. Back when it was the 90s, there was no cell phones in people's hands. Everybody was just walking around, conversating, you know. No tablets, no phones, no social media. Everybody was out and about enjoying life, kicking ball at the park. Everything used to be more colourful as well. People were happy. Simple time, man. It was a simple time.
There you go. And guess what? Men were men as well.
Men were men.
And women were
women
women.
had to put in work to get a man because they did not have this Instagram bull. Where they can just flash a bit of cleavage and have 200 brainless, dying, thirsty men chasing after them. There was none of that. They had to go out in the field and put in work to get a man. They had to put the makeup on for hours, make sure they're nice and pristine, and actually go out of the house to get a man.
Now?
But now they can just
filters?
Yep, they can just sit on their ass on the couch and they'll get 200 inboxes. And then you'll get a 4 out of 10 that will think she's a 10 out of 10 because thirsty men are giving her 300 inboxes. This is the problem we have today. This is the problem we have today, mate. If we was the age we are now in the 90s, man.
Yeah.
Different time, different women.
You know what? Let women be the way they want to
anyway.
be.
I don't give a crap. You know, I'd rather just stay out of it, man. You know what I mean? Than deal with the headache.
At the end of it, you're going to get used to the ATM machine.
They're too far gone now anyway. Women are too far gone. They're too influenced by what's on the TV. Social media.
Definitely.
They're too far gone now, mate. It's going to get worse. Too far gone.
Too far gone. Let these guys give these women attention. We don't need to do that because we know what our self-worth is, you know what I mean?
Back in the 90s, yeah, a 4 would get passed on the street. A guy would just walk past the 4. She'd get blanked back in the 90s. Nowadays, she's getting all kinds of attention on Instagram.
Yeah.
Whereas if it was the 90s and she was on road with no Instagram, men would just walk past her.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
They walk straight past, they wouldn't even acknowledge that she's there.
There you go, it's not worth it.
You know what I mean?